and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 193, coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind. Of course, that is the Joker. And the man hitting us from his local nightclub, the man, the myth, the legend, LimpstarUK. Hello, buddy. How we doing?
How you doing? We're all good?
I love that intro. Thanks very much.
Not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. It'll be even more of a legend when you slip in the Joe Hendry theme tune into one of your sets one day.
Yes, it is potentially happening this weekend. So I will get a video and we will see how it goes down.
Oh, mate, I think it's going to be...
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And we'll have to do an exclusive. We'll have to do the exclusive video reveal on next week's show.
Yeah, I'll try and get a good video because myself and my good mate Jimmy, we've both promised that we will record it when it's happening. So I'll try and edit it, and hopefully the sound quality is good enough.
Yeah,
and
well, get Ash to do it as well.
Yeah. But what I'll do is I'll try my best with it, and then if the bootleg goes down well as well, I'll record it and I'll release it on SoundCloud for free so people can download it for themselves. Awesome.
That's going to be so cool. That's going to be so cool. I'm very excited about this. And I think it's going to go viral. If we get it's going to go viral.
Yeah, I'll stick it on TikTok and everything.
Get it everywhere. Let's get it everywhere with links to the show. That would be so good. Right. Okay. Listen. Let me quickly say hello. So we've got Eric Isaac, we've got Mira Nielsen, we've got Melonhead, we've got Paul Matthewson, Barry Monkey, Zach Bonifer has joined us right from the top of the show, guys. We really appreciate it. We really do. That is very cool that you're here.
I have to agree with Mia. That was my thought when I saw it this morning. What had happened? My God, speechless.
Absolutely.
Oh, Wes Lee.
We'll talk about it in a second. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second. But guys, let's get slap bang into the news, rumors, and of course TNA Impact recap of the week. We've got a load of stuff to talk about. I'll tell you, we have. Right, so still no October dates or venues, including BFG. What the fuck is going on, boys?
Yeah, I know.
It's starting to get on my proverbial man boobs.
Left hits out in anger.
I think so. Let's do it. All left hits out.
But honestly, I'm a bit miffed about it because, I put some money aside and stuff like that, waiting for tickets. That money sits there and it's been used up, so I'll have to save again. So if those tickets come out, say that it came out on this week's show, I might be missing out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So it's we want it in the UK, and obviously we've seen ourselves because we follow similar people in that guys who've promoted like Ring of Honor and stuff like that over here. They've said Moose and Eric Young are available for certain dates in the UK, so it would make sense if their talent's in the UK, then bring the whole show to the UK. Do you know what I mean?
I would imagine that the reason those talents are here in October is because they're going to be here. And it's a case of utilizing that. Get the guys out a little bit early, get them at a few, indie shows promoting TNA. It makes sense. It's something I would do. Like I'd be like, okay, so we're gonna be, the last couple of weeks or the last weekend in October. Let's get some of the guys over there that's popular in the UK. Let's get them touring the indie circuit for a couple of weeks leading up to it. It's going to sell tickets. It's going to sell tickets. It's going to put bums on seats.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes sense to me. But I just don't understand why it's taking so long to get this information out there because, like you have, you do DJing.
Yeah.
You're going to you need to get your gigs booked up and you can only hold off for so long, right?
Yeah, this is it. And if you've got to get the word out there. You've got to get it out there soon as well because so many dates come up and clash. I know that's different to wrestling and stuff like that, but you want you want people to be aware of it. You want, the sooner you get it out there, the sooner people can do it. And like I said, like, you know, with my own money situation, like, you know, that money I've put aside in the hope that a ticket comes out so we can do front row like we did before. But, you know, if that doesn't come about soon, then that money gets soaked up because he lives and all that.
Exactly. You know, like life is you know, we things get eaten up, doesn't it? Things come along. I mean, I cannot tell you this month I'm absolutely skint because I've had to put like over £1,000 worth of work done on my car. You know, I've had to fork out some money to help pay for my wife's knee surgery. So there's and it just seems like there's a lot of stuff that just suddenly come up this month.
Yeah.
So you know, and these things happen, and I don't want to be in a situation where all of a sudden I don't have my £300 to go fucking, you know, to go titanium. Do you know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm able to do it. But it's tough. It is tough. And like Dragonstone, I think you're right. I think there are thousands of reasons for why BSC hasn't been done. I get it. And I got, you know, I'm still on the mind thinking it's a decent venue, but it's going to come. I think they're going to announce it alongside the UK TV deal. I honestly believe that. I just don't. I don't understand. I just don't get it. It's frustrating as hell. But like I said, you know, we're waiting with bated breath. I can't believe that, you know, they got dates announced in November and December. You know, September is all done. Nothing for October at all.
No.
It's just crazy. Just crazy in my eyes. But we've just got to be patient. We've just got to wait. And fingers crossed, it is very, very soon. Because I think people are running out of patience as well, which is the other side of things. Now, Joe Hendry food fight. This week he visits Cracklebarra, and he's in Philadelphia, and he also is talking to fans of Rocky at the steps and the statue and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was a pretty good episode. He obviously didn't have anyone to do it, you know, as a guest, so he went out on the streets of Philly, and he did it himself, mate. He didn't need anybody. What was really interesting was, I don't know whether at one point he was definitely talking to Rocky fans because they have Rocky t-shirts on and they were all rocking it up at the Rocky steps and all the rest of it. I don't know whether they were also wrestling fans because they kind of seemed to know who Joe was, and they were cracking jokes about, you know, believing and saying his name and all that kind of stuff. So it was good. It's definitely worth checking it out. If you've not seen it already, it's definitely worth checking it out. NXT&A, let's get that out of the way first, as people have already been talking about that in the old chat. So Wes Lee turns on Trey and Wentz after a tag title match defeat. Why, Wentz? Why? Why, Des? What's going on? We don't know what the deal is here yet. I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough. But man, that was a shock and totally unexpected. They've been on a bit of a roll, and then all of a sudden, boom, Wes turns. I mean, you didn't watch the show, guys, do you? You don't watch NXT, do you?
I saw the highlights this morning.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I watch the highlights. So when you saw this, what did you think?
I had a tear down my face. It was like the Rascals have just got back together. You know, I literally just watched Trent Seven, Mike Bailey, and Kushida get beat by them last night after going to see Deadpool. And I wake up, so I go to bed really happy. Wake up this morning expecting to, even if I wasn't expecting to win MSK to win the titles in their title match, but I was still expecting them to, you know, to leave on a positive note regardless. And then to see him do this, it was like, what a kick, a literal kick in the nuts to me as a fan. Never mind Zachary Wentz getting kicked in the balls.
I mean, the interesting thing is, Barry's hit the nail on the head, right? He said he saw NXT and he was expecting Trey to turn on the other two, obviously as they were the tag team they were in NXT. MSK, is it, or something?
Yeah,
that's it.
I have to be honest, I thought that as well. because they weren't kind of making Trey like part of NXT. It was kind of like you had the Rascals and then there was MXK.
Yeah.
It was
Trey
almost
McGuire got
like,
the same one in the treehouse as well.
so yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I wasn't expecting it to happen because I thought that every day been on fire. They've been kicking, firing all three cylinders, as it were. So it's a real shame, real shame. But it is what it is. It was a surprise. You don't get massive surprises these days in wrestling, and it was definitely a surprise. Well, I mean, where do we go from here, boys? Where do we go? What are we going to get next? I don't know.
I could see a match at Emergence between Wes Lee and Trey Miguel, or Wentz, or Wes Lee in the Ultimate X match.
Maybe, or maybe Wes has got another partner.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know.
Could be.
It's definitely something in the works. Now, Joe Hendry defeats Joe Coffey. What are your thoughts on that?
That's incredible. I saw his ring entrance. He didn't stop to give a promo. He just dived over the top ropes and took everybody out outside the ring. That was bloody impressive. And then I saw the standing ovation at the end. They really made that move look good on NXT. They really not made it look. It's just brilliant how they let him just be himself.
Yeah. Did you see the promo or the sort of kind of like as he's walking in and they're all singing "We Believe"?
Yeah, I saw that too. As he's arriving at the building, everyone's clapping and cheering and singing along, and he's just going, "Thank you."
There you go. I mean, I just don't know. Hey, Terrence, thanks for joining us. And you're right there, Mia. Wes did say Zachary Wentz left him all alone. I don't think he had a lot of choice though. He was kind of fired.
No.
But I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, if that's the way Wes is seeing it, then that could be the way to sort of kind of like build a storyline. But anyway, NXT seems to be extremely into Joe Hendry right now. They're really pushing that momentum, and I think Joe's doing a fantastic job.
They got shirts in the crowd and that. Have you seen that? It pans around and they've all got JH and I believe in Joe Hendry and that. It's blown my mind. Like, you go to the show a few months ago and I was just like, nah, WWE this, NXT this, their third rate show and all this lot. Yet this is all we're seeing. Like, I get that they've had like SummerSlam and they've brought back Roman Reigns and stuff like that. I get that. But then as soon as that's done, as soon as the night falls and the day comes up again, boom, Joe Hendry. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've been saying to my friends and that, it's like, he's got to come out as number 25 at the Royal Rumble. He's got to be in the last four in the Royal Rumble, surely.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him in the Royal Rumble.
Definitely.
I think he'll be the first non-WWE guy to enter the Rumble for a long time. I can see that happening. I can also see this going all the way through to WrestleMania. And if that momentum gets big enough, why would you not put him at WrestleMania? But yeah, no, he definitely has. I mean, like Barry's saying, he definitely has the crowd in his palm of his hand right now. I think he's doing a great job. And like you say, even people that got no idea what wrestling is about seem to know who Joe Hendry is. Which is absolutely insane. And, we're doing some crazy stuff. Craig's got a few ideas on what we can do to try and promote Joe a little bit here again in the UK.
Shall I dig it out?
We've got the Joe Hendry stickers.
Yep, they're going all around my hometown. I'm going to see how many people believe.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can get some more people. We need to, and of course, also, it looks like, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get a good crowd reaction from it as well. Maybe if you spend the whole week putting those out, that'll help with your gig.
Well, this is it. To be fair, the gig isn't a direct promotion that I work with. I'm just DJing for them, so I'll probably save it for my own gig. For our own promotion, but at the same time, I'm just going to get them out there, just popping up these little Joe Hendry things on lampposts, on speed cameras, on everything, you name it. I've just dobbed myself in pretty much, but at the same time, this is where you can find me. Come to TNI and talk in the chat.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, no, I think it's going to be interesting, and I'm down with it, and I'm hoping that people will just come here and start mentioning his name.
That's it.
He will be here. if you say his name, won't he, Joe?
Is Joe's struggling with a signal, I think.
Oh,
look, yeah,
he's gone.
Joe will be back. Joe will be back. I'm sure. We believe.
We believe in Joe. We believe in Joe Joker. He does a great job. Sanity. He does a great job on air. He does. We believe in sanity. Yeah, he does a great job behind the scenes. So bear with him. He'll be back in a minute. Now, Barry Monkey said that he was talking to an American with no interest in wrestling who saw me playing the WWE game, and they said, is Joe Hendry in it? There you go.
He's got to be, really. He's got to be.
Absolutely unbelievable. And that's the thing, though, and that is what I was trying to say to you about the whole playing the theme tune at the gigs and stuff. I've got a funny, the fact that this theme tune was like #1 in the download charts, and it got really high, got to #4 in the main chart and everything. They even played it on Radio 1, for God's sake, right? I'm telling you, people are going to know it. They're going to know it.
Yeah. It was in the charts, wasn't it? It got to UK Top 40 #4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we had a show called Top of the Pops still on, then it would have been on there. He could have turned up and just turned around. It would have been amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get
Imagine
it.
that Fan Cotton being like, and now performing live, Joe Hendry.
That could be true. Right, okay, let's talk about Xplosion. We always spend forever talking about Joe Hendry, but let's talk about Xplosion. So we had From the Vault this week. We kicked it off with From the Vault, and it was presented obviously by TNA Plus, featuring Kurt Angle versus Joe Lethal at No Surrender 2007 for the TNA X Division Championship. Now, this was an incredible match. Do you remember it?
Vaguely, you said it, and I thought, I was a big fan of Jay Lethal, Black Machismo. He was a phenomenal wrestler. Like, obviously, later in life he had his gripes and stuff, and I think he's still active now in AEW. But like, just those two, you just know full well that it's going to be, well, it was a banger back in the day, and for it to be featured as well, given the fact that, like, Kurt Angle's featured with WWE and Jay Lethal's in AEW currently. It's it's a pretty cool match to have in your locker to show off what they've done for us back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, is Kurt Angle's not on WWE at the minute, is he? I know he's got a Legends contract.
Yeah, like he's got his podcast and stuff like that, and he's still doing well. Do you know what I mean? He's still very relevant. So it's cool that we've still got that in our locker. And like I've said before, he definitely had his best years in TNA. Anyone who wants to battle me with that's absolutely fine. Bring it on. I'll show you his absolute best matches, and they're all in a TNA ring.
Absolute legend. And I have to say, when people ask me, who is the biggest star in TNA, all day long I will say Kurt Angle. Like, people go, Sting this, Sting that, AJ Styles. Yeah. AJ Styles went on to be a huge star.
Yeah.
He was a big star for TNA, but for TNA, right? He didn't become a big star, like a household name, until he ended up with WWE.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle became a household name in WWE, so he came to TNA as a huge star before he then went on to have a 10-year incredible career at TNA. So I think that's the difference there, and that's why I think Kurt Angle is just incredible, and one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So I'm all for it. I'm not degrading Sting in any way. I'm also a big Sting fan, so I'm not degrading Sting in any way.
I'm not a Sting fan at all.
Just for me, it's Kurt. And although to Barry, Kurt Angle is second only to Johnny Swinger. Obviously, I forgot about Johnny. You're right.
But
Johnny Swinger's the man.
Johnny Swinger makes Kurt Angle look like a proper ham and egger.
He does, mate. He does. Gia Miller is around the ring with Trent Seven. And then the Rich Swann defeats Reverso. Is that the guy that used to be El Reverso?
I believe so. Yeah, it's probably just a name
Reverso
change.
in the main event. Obviously Swan gets the victory. But if I remember rightly, if it's El Reverso, he's incredible. I'm not seeing the match yet. I'm planning on watching it after the show. Yeah, if it's who I think it is, I'm sure that match with Rich, I bet is absolutely insanely good. So
Yeah.
if you haven't watched it, guys, get over and watch it. It's going to be great. Now, Gail Kim earlier this week stated that TNA will be looking to build on the Knockouts division towards the end of this year. Now, we know that Kaylin King is on her way back. We know we've still got Killer Kelly to come back. I'm sure that's going to happen fairly soon. So those are two big names that are going to be coming back into the fray. But, there are still some decent talents out there that we could get coming into the Knockouts division. It's good to hear that they have not forgotten about the Knockouts division. I think the priority, I guess, has been really building that men's main event scene for the roster. I think they've done that now. I can't see, as long as the likes of Nic Nemeth stays around a bit longer and stuff like that, I honestly cannot see them necessarily bringing any more. And maybe Trevor Lee might arrive. I don't know whether we would class him as main event. I don't know, but he's still pretty damn good so I could possibly see Trevor Lee turning up at some point. But who would you like to see that's currently available at the moment? I'm going to put one on the. I'd like to see Hyan get signed along with a couple of girls that we've recently had. Is it Mackenzie? Shazza Mackenzie? I quite like to see her.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she's fantastic. Have you got any late or ODB? Would you like to see the return of ODB?
I think we flirted with that idea a while ago, didn't we?
Well, she's in great shape right now.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I did see that clip of what was it when ODB she took her bra off and started swinging like Gail Kim and that around the ring. Some of Taz's comments, I'm not going to repeat on here. Do you know what I mean? But Taz's comments were absolutely gold.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, personally, Mance Warner would be someone who I would love to see turn up, mess up PCO. He would have great hardcore match and stuff like that. Take back SDL. I was hoping that he was going to come out, but it was Matt Cardona, and I'm not disappointed. Do you know what I mean? Matt Cardona is welcome any day of the week, but it looks like whatever's happened with Matt Cardona since then, he's injured again. So
I saw that. I'm talking more knockouts, mate. I'm talking more knockouts. I think we've got plenty of men at the minute.
Yeah. I do hope that something does come to fruition with Natalya. I hope that something comes there. Like that's a big one for us to get. Do you know what I mean? That would be.
I know that Natalya lives in Florida, but I did hear a rumor somewhere that she was actually backstage at the tapings. Now
that would make sense, yeah.
Whether she was just backstage visiting because now she's made friends with Jordan Grace and a few of the other talents there now, and she knows Ash and etc. Whether it was just a friendly visit or whether there was other reasons to be there. She's still a free agent. She hasn't re-signed with WWE. She hasn't signed anywhere else. So is there a possibility she does sign? I think it would be pretty cool. Somerset Slammer is he's saying sign Tessa. LA Taylor. Yeah, there's some good ones.
LA Taylor. Now, if that's someone you haven't checked out, then I urge you guys to go and check her out. She's absolutely brilliant. I've seen her at an event in Exeter that was headlined by Scotty Too Hotty. But when LA Taylor come out, as soon as she come through that curtain, you just thought, right, this girl knows her shit. Do you know what I mean? She's professional. And she wiped the floor with the girl in the ring. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Do you know what I mean? But she wiped the floor and then kind of walked out. And she's got attitude. And I personally think LA Taylor would make a great heel. So if she came into TNA, then she could come in and I reckon she'd upset someone like Masha Slamovich. But,
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, I reckon she could go toe to toe with Masha.
Okay, sounds good.
So clip that up and send it to LA Taylor Somerset Slammer, because honestly, I think that's a strong candidate. And if we were looking in the UK, then that would be someone who I'd be like, right, get her on trials, and she'd pass with flying colours.
Oh, I'm down with that. I think I'm all for more British talents joining the TNA roster. Because again, for me, the more UK talents they got, the more likely they are to keep coming back to the UK. So I'm down with it. Let's get some more UK talents on that roster.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see the gut check or the female gut check winner. Oh God, I've forgotten her name. The UK lass that won the UK gut check last year.
The Scouser.
Yeah, the Scouser. She's actually well good. I see her on my X all the time. But she's very good in the ring. So it'd be good to see her. Session Moth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine Session Moth and ODB? Can you imagine them together?
ODB and Session Moth would be amazing.
That.
I want to know if that ever
Harley
happened.
Hudson, that's the one.
Harley Hudson, there you go. So we get Harley Hudson. We need to see her in a TNA ring. We haven't yet. There's that Ryan Richards. We need to see him. He's the guy that won Gut Check. We haven't seen him yet. However, little spoiler, I'm interviewing him next week.
Cool. We like that.
Yeah, so we should have that one out there fairly soon. But the dude, I'd like to see him on the UK. I'm hoping if the UK tour is announced, I think we'll get to see him in a TNA ring, which would be really cool. Harley Hudson would definitely get a few outings, I'm sure. So yeah, and you know what? I'm Session Moth would be good, like you said. I'm just trying to think some of the top notch. Lana Austin. Let's get Lana Austin back in the TNA ring. We've not seen Lana Austin in the TNA ring now since 2017, I think it was, possibly when they came over and did a Comic-Con type thing or WrestleCon or something. They did a show there, so she had a great match with God, who was it? It's bugging me. That is bugging me now. It might have been Rosemary. It might have been Rosemary or Sue Young. It might have been Sue Young actually. But anyway, either way, it was a hell of a match. So and she's great. So Lana Austin would be a good pick. But there's loads of really great female talents out there that we could bring in. I mean, the Man is still available, I believe. Is that right? We could bring in Becky Lynch, or what her name is.
She is a good wrestler, but I don't.
She could be called the Dude.
The Dude.
Yeah.
The Dude. Or we could go really controversial and get the one from that Olympic boxing match. I don't know. Can I say that? I've said it.
That was very, very controversial, young man.
Allegedly.
Eddie K is saying Bound for Glory in Detroit. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. I guess. But hey, let us know your thoughts on who you think they should bring in, the knockouts they should bring. I mean, I heard Renee Michelle was at the recent set of tapings in Florida. Again, she's awesome. Like, she is like what the Smoke Show should have been, in my opinion. Right. But if they'd have done the Smoke Show with Renee Michelle, oh my God, that would have been amazing.
Was that Spud's ex-missus?
Yeah, no, they're not ex. I think they're still together.
Sorry, allegedly. Allegedly. I'm just getting in trouble tonight, aren't I?
Yeah, I don't know whether they might be split. I don't know, but as far as he was with her, but she's a Brazilian beauty, mate. Honestly, yeah.
I remember her well.
I did an interview with her and everything. I've actually got an interview with Renee Michelle on our Vault. If you want to go and check out the interview section, it's on there. Here he is.
He's back.
Should be
we said his name. We said his name, and he appeared.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Have you kept your sanity?
Yeah.
No, I was going bloody mad. closest tracking the laptop through the window. See if that'll work.
Oh, hang on a
Ooh.
minute. There's been a
Someone
hidden
get on
post.
X.
Yeah, someone get on X. We want to see this official. It's going to be tomorrow, and they're hinting at Detroit. Is Detroit in the top 20 cities of the world? Because that was the original hint, or top 10 cities in the world.
How are they
Yeah, I
putting it
think
in
it is.
Detroit when they've let go of the Motor City Machine Guns?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
unless they come back.
a little bit disappointing if that's where it's going to be. For the UK, I'm talking about.
That's disgusting!
Yeah, that is a total letdown, in my opinion. Someone say Rotherham. Get it in Rotherham.
Yeah. I got to be honest, Barry. It looks like
that's the last place.
it looks like Royal Rumble out there at the moment, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, not too sure on that one. Okay, after SummerSlam, Triple H was asked about the TNA relationship, and he was very clear. He was happy with how it's going, and WWE wants to work with other promotions as it benefits everyone concerned, which it does. I mean, it gives, like you say, it gives talents that aren't necessarily on the roster week in, week out opportunities to perform in front of good audiences around the world. Get some out there well known. I think every now and again you'll probably see a bigger name turn up somewhere. But I can see that the main crux of it for them is to give their less busy talents plenty of work.
Yeah.
Because like he said himself, he said, the only way to be the best is to get the reps in.
Next.
What?
PCO's teasing possibly going to WWE next, like on the NXT WWE thing. He's talking about it now as well. Give me something to do to blow off some steam. He's like, I can see PCO going.
TNA also says BFG is the biggest show of the year. Someone needs to tell, it was in 2009, not 2024. Okay, I don't know. I don't get that. But either way,
it's always underperformed compared to Slammiversary or Rebellion over the past 2 years. For Grow's always just fallen just short of one of those two.
Yeah, I guess so. But for me, the last couple of years, BFG has been the best. Has been the best pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to have to do a lot to compete with to compete with Slammiversary this year, though.
Yeah.
I nearly said SummerSlam too. Don't worry.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get back to Triple H. So it sounds like what he's saying is that it's going to benefit everybody, and I get it. I think it's going to be great. I mean, like you say, look at what he's doing for Joe Hendry right now. Look what he's done for the Rascals, Jordan Grace. I think it's some good stuff. We're getting them on bigger platforms. I think that as the TNA stars get more and more popular, it also helps them when it comes to negotiating for TV channels. Advertising, all these kind of things. The more eyes that are getting onto TNA and the talents of TNA, the more likely they're going to get more lucrative deals. They're going to be able to pay more money to stars. Bigger venues, sell more tickets. It has a roll-on effect. But there you go. That's my thoughts. What do you think? I mean, what are your thoughts on how things are going and what Triple H had to say?
I think he was open and honest about everything to start with. That's good to see, and he's right. This is benefiting both companies just as it's not a one-sided agreement like we saw with AEW, where their self-interest was the only thing at heart. And this has been a really, really balanced and really, really well-received relationship from day one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think so. I totally agree with that as well. Can I just say a quick hello to Mr. Impact? Nice to see you, bud. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so Terrence is saying it's also a take on them crying, saying a top 10 city, and Detroit ain't it. No, it's not. I didn't think. I'm pretty sure Detroit wasn't in the top 10. So I got no idea what's going on. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow. In a social media exclusive, Santino and Mike Bailey released a video talking about the qualifying process for the Ultimate X, or the Ultimate X places at Emergence, where Bailey states he's a fighting champion and he wants to prove that by also qualifying to be in the Ultimate X match. And if he does not qualify, then he forfeits the title because he doesn't deserve it. Now,
I thought we were friends.
I'm a bit on the fence. I'm a bit on the fence with this one. He's a champion. He shouldn't have to qualify. I don't know, but I understand what they're doing with the story. I kind of get what they're trying to do with the story, but at the same time, it seems pointless to me. I mean, they could give him another. They could easily have given him another title match with somebody. In the meantime, he could have done an open challenge. I mean, Christ, Jordan Grace is doing open challenges every week. So, why could we have done that with him? Brought in Navarro or something. I don't know. People could come in from, maybe we could have brought in a former X Division champion like Jake Christ, for instance. Maybe the Golden Draw could have turned up and challenged Mike Bailey for the title. I don't know.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
So would I. But ultimately, there's definitely other things that he could have been doing, but this is what he's going to do. So fine, let's go with it. Let's see how it pans out. And Barry saying, is anyone these days not a fighting champion? I guess not.
But I'm not even going to mention the fact, look at Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes or whatever the hell they've been up to. But, it just seems like the higher you go up the ladder, you get the bigger accolades, and then you do sod all while you're champion. Brilliant. Well done. But, each their own. That's over there, not over here.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we'll see how that one pans out. I'm looking forward to it. We've got our first 2 qualifying matches coming up this Thursday, so that should be interesting. Okay, so let's get into Impact from this past week. Set us up for this Thursday. So, in an incredible opening matchup, all 3 Rascals defeat Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kushida. This match was insanely good, as you would expect. But of course, the Rascals get the victory from the boys. Again, this is why I'm so shocked about what happened last night, because this was an incredible match. They were proper firing on all 4 cylinders. What are your thoughts on this one, Craig?
I'm going to disappoint you now. I didn't think it was as good as it could have been. Honestly,
Right.
there's a big bit in it where I think it was only Kushida and Wes that were still in the ring. The rest of the guys were outside, and I'm like, right, this is, Wes's time to remind us what he done. So there's one match that he done in Impact when he was Desmond Xavier, and he jumped over the turnbuckle and over the corner of the rails into the crowd.
Yeah.
It was insane. And I thought, we know that guy can fly. And I looked and I was like, even Kushida can fly. Do you know what I mean? And he's still with us, despite Time Splitters going their separate ways and stuff. And I thought, so which one of these guys is going to do it? And they went over to the turnbuckle, and then I think Trey got back in the ring, and I was like, that was an anticlimax for me. I was just like, to me, it was almost like they were like, look, these guys can go, but we're not on a pay-per-view now, so just tone it down a bit. It didn't give me everything I wanted from the match. I'm not slating those guys. It's just I felt like a major spot was missed. And the guys outside were like, we're bored. We're going to get back in the ring now.
Yeah.
But
I
it was a great match. It was a great match.
It was really good. Barry Monkey saying he was hoping that Kushida covered in writing would be a regular thing, but sadly not for this match. The trouble is, I think that was setting up for the story that was being told with Gresham, and of course that's why he had all that writing over him, because that was his protection and all the rest of it. Maybe that will come back once Gresham's back in the picture. I mean, I don't know if he's facing Gresham this weekend. Paul Mapson says it's an arena they have not been to before.
Well, Detroit.
Yeah, well, wherever they're going. Jordan Grace praised Ash by Elegance for all her hard work, saying she deserved the Knockouts Championship match at Slammiversary. Grace also announced she will be back in the Impact Zone next week with another open challenge. There we go. So that's setting up this week. Gia Miller interviews Campaign Singh for an update on Mustafa Ali. Singh tells Gia that he is determined to prove his loyalty to Ali and will find a way to do so. So that was kind of the backstage moment there. We then obviously got Rosemary with her new music. She come out and defeated local star Kristara. I think we've seen her before, actually, Kristara. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure we have seen her before, like previous years when they've been in that area. But again, not a particularly difficult victory. I've got one thing to say about that. I'm liking the whole bag thing. I'm liking the whole rose, the black rose being placed on whoever she defeats. I don't get the bag of torturing knives and stuff. I'm not really sure what that's all about. I think it's a bit much. I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
I just love the whole shifting character. It was just a different Rosemary to me. It was all the way. I'm waiting for all these squash matches to eventually phase out and we see what's happening next. But I have seen some images of what's happening at the current set of tapings in Florida, and it's going to be absolute chaos when she goes up against the personal concierge and Ash by Elegance, I can assure you. But she's already set the tone that this is nothing to do with the Hive, nothing to do with avenging Havoc or whatever everyone else is thinking. She's basically just dropped all that completely and is now just a sacked demon.
I agree. So I think we're obviously seeing the start now of where Rosemary's character is going, what she's doing, and how she's going to go about it. I'm sure we're going to see more and more victims with flowers laid out on them. Just drop the bag. We don't need the bag. Just bring the flower out. You know, that's what I mean. I don't. What's she going? She's not going to start hacking people up, is she? So I just don't see the point in that. Anyway, the system describes themselves as a dream team and express their determination to get back on track. They seemed confident and vowed not to rest until everyone trusts the system again. I don't know. I didn't think they seemed too confident. I think they were certainly, not looking good. Not looking good. What do you think?
Me, I still trust the system. I'm just hope they don't rush all their rematches too soon. I hope they wait for the right moments to go back for the tag team titles, and I hope Moose waits at his perfect spot to go back for the world title, and in the meantime keep poking and prodding everybody, sort of like what Moose did when he had the Feast of Fire briefcase. You know, we were waiting for him to cash. Yeah, you know, he kept on poking and prodding, and then he made his right moment. I hope they do something similar. But obviously, because they got contractual rematches now, they don't need a briefcase to have them with them. If they want to use someone to smash over their head, they can always use JDC or Alicia Edwards.
Yeah, they've got Alicia Edwards' belt still, so at least she's still a champion. I mean, I don't know. I think I like the system. I think they're a good faction. So hopefully, there's going to be a lot more to come from them. Mike Santana addressed the system, reminding them that there is still unfinished business between them. Just as he was speaking, Campaign Singh barged in and challenged Santana to a match tonight on Impact. I was like, really?
I was giggling as soon as he came out.
Like, are you sure?
I thought, like, considering what's happened with Mustafa, I thought, oh well, that's a way to write Sing out and get him off the storylines.
Absolutely battered by Santana. Yeah. Anyway, Josh Alexander's music played, signaling his scheduled appearance, but he refused to go to the ring. Gia Miller found him backstage and questioned him about his actions at Slammiversary. Josh states that he doesn't owe anyone an explanation, making it clear that he doesn't care about anybody else's opinion. Now, I'm liking heel Josh.
Hell yeah.
I think this is good. I
can't wait terrified.
I can't wait to see where this goes now.
To be fair, there's talk of him now that a few murmurs and that saying he's going to turn up on NXT. And if he's turned up on NXT as this heel character, that is his time to shine, because he will go in there, he'll wipe the floor with anyone in that ring. And, like, you know, people would be like, what are you doing? Why are you here from TNA? And he'll be like, I don't need to explain to anyone. Do you know what I mean? He could become, like, you know, the walking asshole.
Well, I think the thing is, at the moment, they're getting him involved with Joe Hendry, aren't they? So I think that kind of indicates that he probably will turn up at NXT at some point, because obviously he's going to possibly the person that makes sure that Joe doesn't win the NXT title or something crazy. You know, I'm sure something like that will happen.
Well, he does have history with Ethan Page, doesn't he? So maybe they do something with that. He calls on an old friend to help him out. This is what I love about wrestling at the minute. Do you know what I mean? I'm sat here with you guys. We've got all these people in the comments and stuff like that. And we've all got this thing where it's new, it's fresh, it's unpredictable. It's not the same tripe every week and stuff like that. You know, R.I.P. GFW. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, it's actually exciting and it's mind blowing. And people are like, oh, you still watch wrestling? I'm like, you are missing out. I can't even explain what's going on right now, and that's the exciting thing about it. That's what I love so much.
Yeah, it's working. I think everything's looking great at the moment, and I totally agree with what you're saying there. Now, after a really good match, Frankie Kazarian defeats Ryan Nemeth. As Kazarian was leaving the arena, Josh Alexander appeared, picked up the defeated Nemeth, and delivered a devastating C4 spike. Again, building the heel, and obviously Josh is interested in world title. He's trying to piss Nic Nemeth off by the sound of it. So yeah, a lot of cool shit going on there. Interesting, definitely interesting.
Kaz's reaction when Josh Alexander walked past him was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I know.
You don't push past the king, but he didn't say anything as well. So he sort of like knew he was pissed.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you're right, Barry. I think Josh is definitely getting a pretty strong reaction from the crowd as a heel right now. They're really not liking him very much, which is great. He's obviously doing his job. Anyway, after much interference and after Masha going face first into the championship belt on a turnbuckle, Jody Threat picks up a victory over the militia, we like to call them now. I thought this was quite a solid match again. I'm a big fan of Jody Threat. In fact, I think Jody and Masha complement each other really, really well in the ring. Did you enjoy this one, Craig?
I did. To be fair, it was like a strong showing of the knockouts and that, and obviously with what had happened with the two girls, we've got Masha and Jody Threat. They showed a bit of it as well from GCW. This is the other thing as well. They showed a clip of it, and I was just like, hang on, because rewind back to when Scott D'Amore and that whole thing happened with TNA. The guy from GCW was calling him like an ass or something like that. He didn't have anything nice to say about Scott D'Amore, and then all of a sudden there's a GCW clip on TNA. I was like, I paused and rewound because it wasn't like, you know, mind blowing, unbelievable, but I was just like, what's going on? You know, what is going on? Because I do watch, like, you know, I flirt with watching a bit of GCW now and then. But to see like our talents on there and then actually be recognised, I was like, that is huge, because they had I've gone on a GCW tangent. Sorry, they had like a lot of AEW wrestlers on GCW, but the only way that they would be featured is if the AEW talent wins.
As
Now having
always.
two, yeah, do you know what I mean? So having two TNA talents, two of our knockouts, go there on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport and batter the shit out of each other. You know, like they weren't pulling no punches. They really went for it. And then have like a bit of correlation with TNA and showing that footage as well. I was like, this is nuts. I was just like, two more thumbs up. So whoever's idea, whoever is like, you know, sanctioning this stuff, whoever's sanctioning this sort of stuff and that, like, all power to him. TNA is just absolutely on fire at the minute, and we've got like some great talents on the knockouts and that. And Jodie Threat, I do honestly believe that Jodie's underrated, but you know, she's showing exactly why.
I think she is bloody great. A lot of people didn't know who she was when she first came in. They went, "Ooh, they've signed her. Who the hell is she?" But she has proved to be amazing, and she's getting herself in incredible shape. I don't know if you've been following her journey online, but my God, she is ripped. So she's doing incredible. She's on holiday at the moment, resting, so that's all good. We then hear from Joe Hendry about his incredible run and his journey towards wanting to become the TNA World Champion.
Any second.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh dear. I thought you would have had that sooner, Joe. I thought you would have looked at the script.
I've been trying to refocus from the bloody laptop fucking up still.
Fair enough.
Okay. I love that guy.
I believe in Joe's laptop.
Yeah. Mike Santana destroys campaign Singh, as we would expected. And after the match, a fired up Santana grabbed the mic and addressed the Montreal crowd. He declared that he's still coming for the TNA World Championship and warned Moose that their issues are far from over, making it clear that he's still targeting the system. You love my delivery there, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
I did.
Yeah, I love it. So Mike is clearly, wanting that title, and I think it's great that they're building him beautifully. I think at the moment they're not pushing it too quickly. They're giving it they're giving him chance to build and slow burn him, and I think that's exactly what they need to do. I think Santana is awesome. I've got a lot of time for Mike Santana. I think he's great. Right. Nic Nemeth and Mustafa Ali have what can only be described as a fantastic classic matchup.
I love this match!
It is 100% the match of the night and deserves that title as fantastic classic, if you wanted to call it that. I thought it was a great...
I really thought that you were going to say, Nic Nemeth and Mustafa Ali have what can only be described as fantastic hairdressers. They've both got wonderful heads of hair. They really have. Like it should have just been sponsored by L'Oreal at the bottom.
L'Oreal. Just like Pantene. You come out of the salon.
The washed hair man. Oh my God.
There's loads of moments where they do this. Yeah, and I think what they should do, right? I tell you this, as it's all pre-taped, why couldn't you put slow-mos on the hair flicks? So every single time you have a close-up, right, of them, and they do a hair flick, you suddenly put that in slow motion.
Well, like what was it, John?
Normal speed again.
John Morrison, Johnny 12 Names. Like he used to do when he used to come out and do his entrance thing. Yeah. It'd slow down for a moment. Yeah. I reckon send TNA a strong email because I reckon you're onto something there.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And could you imagine that if they'd done that for both of them? As they come in, they do a hair flick and they just slow it down, and then they get back to normal speed again. That'd be awesome. Anyway. It was a great match. I thought it was a fantastic match. Of course, Nemeth retains his title coming out of that, and I think it was literally like the next day or so we got the letter that where Most people will interpret it as though Ali was done. I'm not so sure. If you read that, it doesn't say I'm done with TNA.
No.
It doesn't say that.
No.
He might be gone for a little while, but I think he's going to come back. And somebody put on there, you didn't say you were leaving.
Yeah.
And then he put like a heart, or he liked it. He liked that comment.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he just might be gone for a little while.
Yeah.
And then
Can I just throw something out there? You know that we love the whole like left hit thing.
Yeah. I'm not getting out.
No, you don't need to. If you look like if for the viewers, if you look just there, you can see just the left hit of Asbury Elegance. We're good to you lot, aren't we?
Oh, the right tip.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, is it a right, left, or right?
I'm
right.
just above it as well. Ooh.
No, it'd be her left, wouldn't it?
Hang on a minute.
Camera left. It's right.
Oh my god, that's a cleavage. Look at that.
If you sit back, we could get your head in line with it. That could be your body.
That'd have been cool. Anyway,
I've just noticed Joe's. Look at Joe. Joe, if you sit that way a little bit, you've got hairy chest and the muscles and everything.
Oh yeah.
Literally, you are literally Joe Hendry right now.
you are.
This is going to make absolutely no sense on Spotify. You need to go online on YouTube and watch this back. Get to
You are banned from diving.
Hang on, we're going to get banned from YouTube in a minute. We're not.
go to about 55.
You are banned from diving.
Banned from YouTube. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Okay, but the match was great. I mean, and there's no doubt about it. It was a fantastic match. I don't think he's gone. I think he might be gone for a little while and then come back. What's that? Or Bison head as other tip. That's true. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Oh,
true.
now come on.
That's a bit much, isn't it?
No, it's fine because there's no nipple, so it's not going to be like offensive or anything. So
No, that's true. I could just get my right to out. It'd be fine. No. After the match, Josh Alexander appeared on the stage with a grin on his face before turning around and leaving the Impact Zone. So he's obviously,
that's like message sent right there.
He's sending a message, letting Nemeth know he's after that title. And to be fair, he didn't lose it as such. And he is. I mean, I know he ended up having a match and then losing that one, but he didn't actually lose it as such. And of course, he is the longest reigning TNA World Champion of all time. So let's see what happens. We then have the highlight of the night. No, we had the highlight match, the best match. But now we've got the highlight of the night, the wedding of PCO, and of course, the love of Craig's life, Steph De Lander. Rhino was revealed as PCO's best man. That was interesting. Whilst Zaya Brookside served as SDL's bridesmaid. Interestingly enough, like, you don't realise how big SDL is.
So you stand next to Zaya Brookside.
You stand next to Zaya Brookside, like head and shoulders above her. Yeah, bless her. She's a big girl, as Steph, but she's gorgeous. But she's definitely a big, tall girl.
I'd beat her in an arm wrestle.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know.
No.
Hang on. What's this? Next year we'll be saying Bison with ODB chest. Oh yeah, we have that on file already. Actually, you do, don't you? Actually, yeah, there is an interesting GIF. I think it is.
Get on the Facebook group, Total Nonstop Impact UK, and post it in there.
Get it out there.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I have it on my phone. I don't know where it's gone. But anyway. Destro walked the aisle with Steph De Lander. She's like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Anyway, they eventually exchanged vows, and when it was time for the rings, PCO pulled out a finger, claiming it belonged to his grandmother, and removed the ring from it. with them first class then interrupted, stating that they weren't there to cause trouble, but to witness the freak show. Santana Morella then pronounced PCO and De Lander as husband and wife, just as they were about to kiss. I love the fact that every time they're just about to kiss, something happens. Matt Cardona storms the ring and attacks PCO and Santana with a cinder block disguised as a gift. Cardona pummeled PCO and held up both of PCO's championships. He then urged Steph to leave with him, but she refused, flipping out on Cardona and telling him to leave. Wow.
Best wedding since Braxton Sattler and Laura Van Ness.
I thought this was. I thought it was again another fun wedding segment that we knew was going to turn to chaos. But I thought it was all good. I love the pulling out of the finger bit, and that was his grandmother's
Grandma.
ring. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that's some good stuff. And the Steph looked incredible as Frankenstein's bride, as you would expect. No, I thought it was fantastic. I really loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know whether it should have ended the show. I think that I thought the world title match should have ended the show, but you know, it was a fun segment. I enjoyed it. A typical wrestling wedding, never goes well. Yeah, it was fine for me. And then of course TNA goes off air.
Yeah, I think PCO won me over a bit that night. Like that match that he had with AJ Tracy.
Yeah, Francis.
No, I sat there and thought about it, and then like still got it wrong. AJ Francis. I'm sorry. He's going to come kick my ass at some point. I'm sure.
You are. AJ Francis.
Yeah, that's what I need playing in my head.
Yeah.
But his match, those two, they went at it, and that was a fantastic match, and that's the match that changed my opinion of PCO, because I was just like, we're flogging a dead horse, literally a dead horse at this point. I thought he should have been written out when Bully Ray and Macklin took him out and stuff, but he's stuck around, and you know he's won me over a bit there, and you know he's rightfully got belts, and yeah,
he
the marriage
those belts based on the work that he put in to fill that Montreal stadium.
Without a doubt. Like, you know, you got to remember as well, like one of the most when people are like, oh, wrestling's fake, I show them that clip of Macklin stapling PCO's lips together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, it's really fake. None of it's real. Like, no one gets hurt or actually bleeds or anything. You know, it's all set up. You know, so he's definitely put a shift in, and he deserves his belts and that. But like, you know, that segment and that, I was just like, do you know what? I'm gonna lay off him for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lay off him for a week. I'm pro
just,
PCO.
I think you're just worried that he's watching the show and he's you know, going to kick your ass.
Absolutely, I'm shitting it. You know, you put it in the chat earlier, and you're like, "Do you think he watches?" And I was like, "I fucking hope not, because he'll track me down." And you know, that's one guy I don't want to wake up to.
I know he watches.
Well, yeah, just please don't dox me.
I'm not saying he watches every single week, but I know he watches the show from time to time.
Yeah.
Actually, messaged me saying, "Oh, you had a good show today, lads." You know, and stuff
God.
like that. Honestly, I'm telling you, he watches, man. Oh, look at that smash! Wait a second. LA Taylor is 6'2".
Hell yeah! Honest,
Yeah.
she's tall, she's blonde, she's beautiful, and she'll kick your ass as well.
Yeah,
she
great.
doesn't miss no spot. She's like a well-oiled machine. She's just brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant.
Well, I mean, you know, I would say that she is you know, but from what you're saying, it sounds like she would be great for the Knockouts division. But again, you know, I don't know what they're looking for. I know that they like a unique talent. They like a talent that's got something about them that's different to everybody else in the roster. So
Yeah.
you know, that's what you can think of. If you look at a talent and go, you get like so and so, then you can guarantee they're not going to find.
I'd just love for them to say, you know, when she comes out and they introduce her, and they'd be like, LA Taylor, hailing from Cornwall, England, and just America will be like,
What
where's
the fuck's
that? And I'll be like,
Cornwall?
yeah, that's the little dodgy looking, the knick-knack looking thing down the bottom.
Yeah, the knick-knack at the bottom
No,
of the UK.
been down to Cornwall a couple of times. It's lovely down there.
Mate, I literally go there every day. I mean, like Newquay, Launceston, everything
Yeah.
is. It's just the way I put Cornwall is it's just a massive yard with houses in it. There's a few pretty bits, and the rest of it's just someone's back garden. I swear.
Yeah. Fair play. Right, let's look forward to this Thursday's TNA Impact. So we've got the system is going to kick off Impact. So it's going to be interesting to see what they've got to say. It's going to be the usual, someone in the ring giving it some beef, I guess. Oh, shut up, Barry Monkey.
Yeah, he's just playing off what the Americans would be thinking.
I know.
What's
I know.
state?
I know. We also
They're probably thinking New England, not Old England.
Probably New England. We're also going to hear from Josh Alexander. Apparently, well, we've been trying to hear from Josh Alexander for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to hear from him this week. We've also got the Ultimate X qualify, which is going to be Trent Seven, Mike Bailey versus Jake Something.
Oh hell yeah!
That's going to be a hell of a match, but I think we know Mike's going to win. Ultimate X qualify, Zachary Wentz versus Casey Navarro, and
Yes. No one knows yet.
Question mark. So I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it might be Wes Lee.
That could be enough. That could be, couldn't it? And I could see Wes Lee winning that. if
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Kushida versus Gresham. We're finally getting it. Will Kushida come out with the gimmick?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Interesting. Antonio Baker is now saying it's going to be in Detroit. I'm gutted if it is, but there you go.
Yeah.
We then got the fallout from the PCO SDL wedding. So I'm not sure Matt Cardona is going to be very happy there. We've also got Joe Hendry versus Wolfgang, obviously of
That's going to
Gallus.
be bloody good.
So with NXT star Wolfgang's going to be on the show. Interesting. Jordan Grace, of course, has her open challenge. I don't know if that's going to be possibly Renee Michelle. Like I said, I saw that she was at the tape-ins at the weekend. So possibly Renee Michelle is going to be facing Jordan Grace. It would be good to see her again because she's great.
Oh yes,
she's great.
Huge fan.
Yeah, the picture I saw of her wearing like a gold gear with her sort of like golden bronze tan. She looks amazing.
Oh, what, you mean the background on your phone?
Yeah, it's actually tattooed on the palm of my hand.
On the inside of your eyes. So it looks like the show's going to be pretty damn good. And I hope we get some new people tuning in and checking it out. But there's lots being crammed into that show. So I'm looking forward to it. I wonder whether we're actually going to hear from Josh Alexander properly this time or not. I don't know.
Oh, he's not going to be in Toronto, so there's a very, very high chance.
Yeah, maybe.
The fans will let him talk, hopefully.
Hopefully. But guys, that's pretty much all we got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI-UK, please feel free to slap us a super sticker, or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Some great t-shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links are, of course, below. As always, we've got all sorts on there. We've got mugs, tote bags, mouse mats. I mean, there's everything on there with the impacted TNI logo on there. Go and check that out. And of course, all the other fantastic designs that Smash puts up there, the J-Bone puts up there. So go and check that out. All TNI shows are available to all of you Listen on the Go fans as audio only by SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you listen to your favorite shows, we are there. Now, I can say it this week. Where can we find you on the socials, Limpster?
Oh, you can find me it's on the little blue bit here if you're watching. LimpstarUK, that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, probably LinkedIn at this point. So it's everywhere. But for whatever reason, on X, I am still Network Stooge. And as I say all the time, if you throw me a follow, throw me a like or anything like that, I'll be sure to return the favour, because that's what it's all about, sharing and growth and stuff
Sharing is caring, mate. Sharing is
like that.
caring.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What about you, Joe? Where can we find you, bud?
You can find me. I'm gonna start laughing in a minute. You can find me. Fucking hell. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Look for @JokerEmptySpace, or you can also find me. Oh fuck it! I completely forgot how the thing bloody goes now.
Hashtag sanity.
Yes.
Sanity.
Yeah, you follow me on Twitter @JokerEmptySpace, or you can jump onto Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #The Eagle. But approach of never mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
Sanity.
Come on, you got to deliver us the sanity.
Sanity.
Folks, we're gonna have to record it and clip it up.
Yeah, we'll get you to record it, Joe. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Wonderful. Oh, Joe's gone.
Make sure that you follow TNI on all the socials @WeTalkImpact. Of course, don't forget on the Instagram, on the Facebook, and of course on X. You can find us @WeTalkImpact. Give us.
What
a
about
follow.
yourself? You forgot to big yourself up. Where can they find you? For the listeners
mate.
out there.
You can find me, of course, on X @LordBison45, and of course, if you want to follow my fitness and inspiration channel on TikTok @Bison by Design. Go and check me out over there. Please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to 2,500, I think it is. So we're getting there.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squish, and of course a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out TNA related each and every single week from the UK and of course the US teams. With all that said, I of course have been Bison, and they have been the Joker and the man known as the Limpstar, and this has been episode 193 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Sanity.
Take care, guys.
Sanity.